Hey, everybody. It's your lovely Lotus Blossom Lizzie. And we are here today with the installment 11 of working in our junk journal. And I'm going to give you some terrific ideas. And this is my woman overboard junk journal. And like I said, I'm just jumping right in. But before I really dig in, I just wanted to say that if you love junk journal videos like this one, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the notification button so that you'll be notified when more videos like this one come out. Also, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. You can do that now, during, or after. And you might as well do it now because you know you're going to forget. And you can also join us over in Junk Journal Buddies, and that is our Facebook group. All the links will be in the description below to include links to some of the supplies that I'll be using. So I finally found a page here that I wanted to use, and I'm working towards the back of the book today because I'm trying to create some balance as to how I'm working in the book. So I'll do some in the front and then some in the back. And that way it doesn't get chunky on one side or the other, if you know what I mean. So I'm using this beautiful pot of Dilutions paints. And if you've been watching this, you know how much I love that paint. And once it dried, you can still see the words through it. So it really made a terrific and colorful background. So I'm also going to use some words that I got from a magazine. So one day I just went through and harvested some magazines that I got for free at a health food store, and it had some lovely fonts and colors, and the words just spoke to me. So I really enjoyed being able to use them. And of course, I wanted to use some fabric as well. And so off camera, I did a little bit of sewing, which I'll be doing throughout this whole video. And I used some fabric tack to adhere that down. Now, you'll also know, you can kind of look at the book and you can tell that I really don't care if things kind of hang off the side. So that fabric is kind of hanging off the side. And of course, me being me, I'm trying to use every little tidbit I can when it comes to my fabric and my scraps. So I did quite a bit of journaling on this page. I'm trying to do more and more journaling, and I'm finding it very therapeutic personally. And so I love how the writing really looks so good on that green background. So now I just dumped my little trash can that I have sitting on my desk here. It has lots of bits and pieces of ephemera that's been sitting on my desk. And instead of me going into my ephemera book or looking for something in my junk journal folder, I've just been pulling out things that I have on my desk and plopping those into my junk journal. So this is a lovely Victorian woman, and soon she will be coming up in the shop as a digital kit, but you can always head over to pleasantcreations.com and you can see what digital kits are already available so that you can use them in your junk journals as well. And I forgot to mention, if you want to see this video in real time, because I actually did this in real time on a live stream over on Patreon, you can head over to patreon.com/Liz4a-day, and then you'll be able to see this in real time. So I actually did this video some time ago, and so that's one of the perks of being a Patreon, is that you get to see the videos first. So now I'm just going through and placing these photos where I want them to be. And of course, you can see I have the whippersnapper over there in the top right hand corner, and the whippersnapper has been good to me. I just did like some simple sewing on these pictures that I mounted on some scrap cardstock, and then I used some hearts that was in my little trash can. And you can see there's like no rules when it comes to doing your junk journal. I even have one of those hearts upside down, but I love it. I hope that doesn't mean anything, but you know, it looked quite pretty on the page. And I loved how I was able to incorporate the music page as well, the sheet music, into the background. And like I said, there's no rules to this. You just have to kind of find your way when it comes to junk journaling and just do what makes you feel good. And so I used Aleene's Tacky Glue to put this all down, and that's one of my glues of choice, of course. And y'all, I'm using my fingers, and I'm getting over that whole finger phobia in the glue and art supply stuff, because sometimes that's the only way that you can get stuff done. And I use my fingers a lot in this layout. So I took out my Black Dilutions paint, and again, I'll have the supplies in the description below as well. And I just put down some spots of black, and with this paint, a little goes a long way. And so I didn't have to use very much. I just wanted a surface that I would be able to kind of write on and have that writing to stand out. And so this really worked for me. So it looked like just some blobs until I started writing on it. And I used my white Uniball pen, and then I used my gold Uniball pen and went around each of those little blobs with that pen in like a squiggly line. So I went around twice. If I could have sewed that on, I would have, but I couldn't. It was already in the book, and my book's too fat to put on the sewing machine. So now I'm using some antique linen distressed ink to go around the sides to kind of give my layout a frame. And I think this was my favorite page for this session. So now I'm just looking, let's see, what else can I put in the book? I went into my little folder. I have like a folder and a few drawers where I just kind of tuck things away for later that I know I'm going to be using in my junk journal. And so I had this scrap piece of cardstock that I actually punched some, I guess those were like some scallop-esque type of shapes. And I decided that I was going to keep that cardstock because it just looked like something I could use. So I was determined to use this piece. So I used some of my purple school glue, and I made sure I used plenty of it because that cardstock was a little bit heavy. And I just made sure everything was stuck down really, really good. And my intention was to cut off the extra piece at the end, but I decided, why not just fold it over and keep that piece? Because that's what we do as scrap, or not scrappers, but kind of scrappers. As junk journalers, we try to use every little bit and piece that we have. So I really enjoyed this session, and I hope you did too. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Hit the notification button again so you'll be notified when more videos like this one come out. You can head over to the Patreon channel if you want to see more videos like this before everybody else and in real time, because I live stream over there daily as well. So with that, I'm going to say love, peace, and hair grease. From your sweet Lotus Blossom and lovable Lizzie, have a fantabulous day and enjoy life.